from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Monday, the 19th of July, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, one man dead and another hospitalized following a chop-in-turned-shooting incident on the weekend. Grenada records fourth road for fatality for 2021. Freak accident leaves one man dead. Two children safe and mother under psych evaluation after alleged attempted drowning in St. George. In around the globe, U.S. President Joe Biden describes Cuba as a failed state, and more than 100,000 people across France protesting against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to force COVID vaccinations. Coming up in sports, Spice Boys crashed out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and Grenada's Dwayne Gill elected as vice president of the Windward Islands Cricket Board. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's news at 7. Now, this weekend was marred with fatalities. The first reported was a chopping at Richmond Hill, St. George, that left one man dead and another hospitalized in critical condition. Chrislyn John spoke to community members on Monday.
This will be recorded as Grenada's second homicide for 2021. Neighbors are still traumatized following last Saturday's chopping incident at Richmond Hill, St. George. Teron James, 37-year-old, remains warded at the General Hospital, but according to his brother, he is okay.
Yeah, no comment from looking at my brother there. He's all right. He's going through a lot of pain. But everything is praying that everything will work out good for him and wish for the best. Okay. Going through actually, he say they told him like he might be able to use one of his hand, but he say he moving the finger, so let's hope for the better.
According to a police report, officers responded to a report of a chopping around 10 a.m. Upon arrival, they encountered the accused inflicting several chop wounds on another man.
He's Teron James, he's 37 years of Monjelu, and he was chopped on his hand, both hands and on his face. And the attacker who was shot by the police, his name is Dave Griffith, is 42 years, he's a warehouse attendant also of Monjelu. The RGPF is saddened by these events. We have and will continue to reach out to both families.
The deceased, well known by villagers who say he is always around since the hospitalized man is the uncle of the children of the deceased. They never believed something like this would happen in their village. Neighbors recall the horrific incident.
I'm coming up with the cutlass, he jumped the ground, and then he entered the shop, and then I hear run balling, and it's only blade I see going on. And then after he come out of the shop and he leaned back there, the police come, asked him to drop the weapon. He refused to drop the weapon, so the police didn't have no other choice to do his job.
But he couldn't find time. He came with one cutlass. So when he come out of the shop now and run balling, I balling too because I looking for a lady, I can't run there. When he come out, I see him all in blood. So I say, well, yes, he chopped him up. And then I can't hear Ron's voice no more. So I brought in man around home to come and help him. And he charged the cutlass and he asked him, where you going? Well, the brother had us to run back down. He can't save the brother. Well, he go and everybody try calling the police and whatever.
An eyewitness, Erica Noel, says the police present, it appears, did not deter the man on the rampage.
Well, the police come, and when the police come, he stand up right here, where my son is there, with the cutlass, and when he see them coming now, and he tell them back off. So, all of us there everything in, and then the police now send out the warning shot even here, and then when they get a chance to go in the shop, and they just had to do what they had us to do.
It is still unclear what exactly led to the altercation between the two men. Grenada's first homicide was recorded on June 9, 2021, and resulted in Calvin Frank being charged for the murder of Lindy Skinner Moraine. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
A freak accident claimed the life of an elderly man in Lower St. John's, St. Andrew.
The search for Norbert Forrester ended when his lifeless body was discovered pinned under a tree. One neighbor recalls that it was Norbert's wife who called for his assistance to go look for her husband when she could no longer hear the sound of him cutting a tree in the portion of land not too far from their home. It was Kimon Flanders who stumbled upon what appears to be at the time Forrester's lifeless body.
Sitting in the veranda, and she called me. She said she hasn't seen her husband. That's his name, was Mr. Norbert Forrester. So she told me to come and help her search for him. When I go, the first time I didn't saw him. Then I came back, I asked a gentleman who was below down there pulling vine, and he said he didn't see him. So I came back and I go, he had a other piece of land lower down there. I go there to see if I saw him. I didn't see him. Then after I came back the second time, me and a lady, what was over there, we go down together, three of us, and I was in front, and I saw him falling like this on the ground with his foot under the tree.
Neighbors say Mr. Forrester was a pleasant individual. He came to Grenada a few weeks ago to conduct work on a house he has recently built and was due to travel later this week back to his country of residence. Unfortunately, he met his fate. Superintendent Vanny Cohen expressed condolences to the family of the deceased man.
Mr. Joseph Norbert Forrester, 63-year-old of Lower St. John, was in the process of cutting down a tree when unfortunately that tree fell on him, and he lost his life as a result of that tragic incident. No one has to die that way, but this is life, and we express our sympathy to his family. We are saddened by the fact that one of our senior citizens has lost his life in this way.
In January of this year, 52-year-old Vivian Felix of Belial St. David lost his life in a similar manner while cutting a tree on his farm in Phyllisback, St. Andrew. Chrislyn John, GBN News.
58 accidents last weekend alone. This, according to the head of the traffic department, leaves the RGPF in a state of worry.
Officer in charge of the traffic department, Randy Connaught, says this number far outweighs previous numbers in any given weekend. Sunday's accident brings the total number of road fatalities for 2021 to 4. This has claimed the life of a 44-year-old male and left one female warded with injuries. According to a police report, this incident occurred just about 12:50 a.m. on Sunday, 18th July, at Dunfermline, St. Andrew. The deceased male, who was reportedly the driver of the vehicle at the time of the accident, was taken to the Princess Alice Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Addressing the media on Monday was Superintendent Randy Connaught.
For this week, that is yesterday, Sunday, just after midnight, we had a fatal accident at Paradise where a male individual lost his life. A female occupant of that vehicle was also injured as a result of the accident and is currently a patient at the hospital receiving medical care. Now that accident is under investigation as we speak. Just this morning, the postmortem was done on the body of the deceased, and officers, as I indicated, are actively engaging all aspects of this particular road fatality.
Superintendent Connaught admonishes the general public of their responsibility when using the public roadways. 2 investigations are ongoing, while 2 are now in the hands of the Director of Public Prosecution.
This month, we reported on the state of accidents, fatal accidents under investigation. This brings our total now to 4 fatal accidents for 2021. Our first accident occurred on Morris Bishop Highway on the 14th of February, where one Michael Williams lost his life. And the second on the 30th of April, where a pedestrian, Mr. Jerome Gilbert of Tempe, lost his life. I am happy to report to the media and to the public that those 2 investigations have been closed. Files were submitted to the Office of the DPP, and we have now since been directed to submit those files for a coroner's inquest.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
There was a spike in the number of motor vehicular accidents over the weekend, as you just heard, surpassing the average amount recorded on a weekly basis. According to the head of the Traffic Department, Superintendent Rodney Connaught, they are sometimes left feeling stretched and overwhelmed, however, remain relentless in their duties. We get the latest in this report.
An appeal is being sent to the motoring public, especially those traveling at night, to practice due levels of caution and care when driving on the public roadway. The plea was made by head of the Traffic Department, Superintendent Randy Connaught, who is reporting 58 minor accidents over the weekend, more than double of what is recorded on average weekly. Superintendent Connaught also alludes to a serious accident in Granbar on Sunday. Upon witnessing the aftermath, he said it was a clear indication that speeding was a possibility.
Those accidents reported over that period, I may say that it is not, it was not caused as a result of persons who were inexperienced in any way, or young drivers. The age range for the drivers, for all of the accidents we have seen, it ranged from being a new driver or young driver all the way up to very experienced drivers.
Connaught says they are gravely concerned with the trends in terms of accidents.
We have seen accidents that can be easily avoided, but because of what I will say is the attitude of drivers on the public roadway, the new approach by drivers, I don't think enough mitigation effort is being made or any deliberate effort is being made by persons using the public roadway to avoid these accidents.
Another concern he notes is drivers attempting to flee the scene of an accident. An example of such occurred over the weekend within the Tempe area.
The vehicle causing the accident sped off, and the driver of that other vehicle crashed into a sidewall, and he is now warded at the General Hospital. Had he remained on the scene, all this could have been avoided. And what was most interesting is that at the scene, the responding officer was able to detect alcohol in his breath. Breathalyzer test was done, and he far exceeded the legal limit.
The head of the Traffic Department says they are again making the call for motorists to be more prudent in the consumption of alcohol while driving. I am Gerard Joseph, reporting for GBN News.
This is News at 7. Coming up, 2 children safe and mother under psych evaluation after alleged attempted drowning in St. George. Stay with us.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, under love. Easy wins with Flow. Easy win. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, under love. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Seriously, there's a better way to beat the heat. Get an air condition unit at Quartz, starting at $1,199. Get free installation on your purchase. Plus, with Ready Finance, you can shop now and pay nothing for 60 days. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Get ready for the most anticipated event this summer. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. Tropical Hawaiian, the White Edition. On Saturday, July 31st from 5 p.m.
Dantine Plainfield.
Featuring 2 live bands.
Solid and Octane.
With Grenada's top soca acts.
Looney Sparks and Electrified.
Blackadat. Your DJs Danny and Kevon. Advance tickets $350. Available at gotofat.com
or our main office on Grove Street Mall.
Saturday, July 31st. Wagiti Premium All-Inclusive Fest. This is not just a fete, it's an event. Please note all patrons must be fully vaccinated.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
A mother is assisting the Royal Grenada Police Force in their investigations after being suspected of attempting to drown her 2 children on Monday morning. Rena Pear-Thomas tells us more.
Video provided to the GBN newsroom shows fishermen escorting a woman from the waters in the area known as Silk Cotton, St. George's, after she reportedly attempted to drown 2 of her children. At around mid-morning, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, including the Coast Guard, were called to the area known as Silk Cotton, which is in the vicinity of the Kiptolef roundabout in St. George, after reports that the mother had allegedly drowned one child and was in the process of holding the other underwater. However, when GBN News arrived on the scene, an officer told the newsroom that the 2 children, ages 8 and 13, escaped what could have been a horrific situation and are currently with family members. The mother, in the meantime, was handed over to officers of the Grenada Coast Guard and will undergo psychiatric evaluation at the Mount Gay Mental Hospital. An older daughter of the woman says her mother has a history of mental illness.
She had someone sister that died at her on Thursday, and right after that, that's when she did say that she was going down. Since Friday and Saturday she was lying on home. She was saying she wasn't doing anything. She decided to leave. Yesterday they said that she was good. They said that she got up, she talked, but she never had an occurrence like that before. When she kills somebody, when they are in college, she kills somebody, no, but in the sense that always at time where she always wants to go on the beach. She always wants to bring them on the beach.
ASP Desmond Richard was also on the scene.
A report that mother has reported that she went into the water with 2 children and 1 came out. However, we will learn that the children are safe and the young lady is now taken to the hospital for evaluation.
Up to news time, no charges were laid on the mother, while the children remained in the custody of family members. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Have you ever wondered how nurses and doctors cope when they are required to respond to traumatic cases such as Sunday's chopping at Richmond Hill? Well, GBN's Krista Campbell has been researching this subject and sends us her findings.
Plastered all over social media are videos highlighting the gruesome nature of Sunday's attack at Richmond Hill. While many imbibed the fodder, some minds might have gone to the emergency responder whose job it was to retrieve the severely chopped man from the crime scene and coordinate his transfer to the waiting ambulance. One woman was heard crying out to God as she saw how severely chopped the victim was. Stop! One could not help but wonder how healthcare providers cope when they are confronted with such dark situations. To help us understand this better, we reached out to Dr. Wesley Daniel, a Grenadian theologian who serves with the Methodist Church in New York.
Trauma is a very it can range from anything from a stressful day to a brutal murder or a brutal incident. And we have to recognize that everybody is affected in one way or another. Not everybody is affected the same way. And therefore, we have different coping mechanisms. Some people have better than others. Some people have, in some cases, a better community support so that they can cope with that.
The nursing profession is not an easy one and by no means stress-free. Dr. Daniel says it must not be forgotten that nurses are people too.
In most cases, I would say in all cases, the people themselves, the responders, are doing the best they can with the resources available to them. And so it takes a while for us to begin to put it two together and realize that these people are acting within their capacity most of the times, if not all of the times. And we want to see something else happening, so we blame them. But they have also to deal with the stress of the event, but also the effect that it is having on them in the moment, and also the effect it will have on them later on.
A blog posted by Nightingale College notes that nurses are often left feeling the pain long after dealing with traumatic effects or the death of patients whom they treated over a period of time. It highlights several coping mechanisms, including talking about difficult days with trusted individuals and setting aside time for physical exercise. The Nightingale CEO, Mikhail Schneider, who was once a nurse himself, said the profession is built on, quote, unwavering dedication, personal sacrifice, and all-encompassing empathy, unquote. However, he cautions that sometimes empathy may get to be too much for nurses. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
Interesting. On Friday, we aired a news story regarding a court judgment in the case related to the death of Miss Linia Venot. She was a professor at the St. George's University who was struck by a vehicle being driven by Akim Frank. The vehicle was owned by Mr. Royston de Freitas. In Friday's news item, the story mentioned Daniela Williams in the capacity as executrix of the estate of Royston de Freitas. Some were of the opinion that the judgment was against Mrs. Williams Mitchell. GBN wishes to make it clear that this interpretation is in fact wrong and not intended. For the avoidance of doubt, the judgment is against Akim Frank. We wish to clarify further that the judgment was an assessment of damages on an earlier default judgment entered against Akim Frank only. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Friday's We Culture program looked at the emerging trend of weekend jab and its relevance in today's time. It asked the question, is this a new cultural norm?
Something happens and it continues happening, it starts spreading, and before you know it, but wait, that is your culture.
Every so-called cultural art form that was developed out of protest, out of the slum, out of the ghetto. No major cultural art form was developed by the bureaucracy, by the administration, by any organization. It came from the gutter.
Our online audience joined the conversation. Jose commented the weekend jab is a form of defiance against the government because the people have been through a lot with the COVID and seeing that the government has been hard on Grenadians, plus the vaccine issues, people feel they have been locked down and not getting an ease from the powers that be. Rachel commented, I agree with Doc. When people play jab anytime and anywhere, it really loses its true meaning. She then asked, so we should allow weekend fancy mass and traditional mass and all other aspects of carnival? Ronnie wrote, the beat of the drum will always move the people, whether it be the weekend, funeral, wedding, or carnival. Anthony added, jab is a spirit and you cannot kill a spirit easily. When you try to crush it, whether it be the weekend or not, you are helping it to flourish. Gary found that out. My 2 cents. And Media commented, I tuned in late tonight, but in time to hear Doc explain the history behind jab. I think many times people tend to dislike things because they do not understand the history behind it. I had no idea that jab originated from our people rebelling against Europeans and a way to take back their identity. That knowledge makes me look at them differently. Sounds to me that jab was created as a form of protesting. Could it be that the weekend jab is a form of protest against all that is going on? Could a solution to this protest simply be a peaceful protest where the jab follows certain rules, such as time restrictions and with a police presence? That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
Proves that education on culture is so important. Big up to We Culture there. Now we move from the thought process to the visual impact. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Rolling into tonight's eyesore are some rocks which have fallen from Grandatown Road in St. George near police headquarters into the yard of the Ministry of Finance on the Carnage. No damages were reported from the incident, though the area is known to serve as a parking space for some. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Very interesting there. Still ahead, the first batch of young people graduate from the project Stop and Think over the weekend. This is News at 7.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. Plumbing fixtures, cutting and grinding discs, PVC glue, drywall screws, and power saw blades. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Introducing Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color by Sissons. Color Sissons.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, on the love. Easy wins with Flow.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up, bundle up. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
It's a program to replace the negatives with positives and encourage delinquent youth to make life-changing movements in their lives. We hear more from Rena Pear-Thomas on the first batch of youngsters to graduate from the project Stop and Think in Mount Horn, St. Andrew.
Rebranding the community of Mount Horn St. Andrew from the negative stigma attached to it is the intent behind Project Stop and Think. 43 young people have been part of a 3-month program which aims to educate and steer troubled youth towards making positive changes in their lives. The program climaxed on Sunday with a graduation and certificate presentation ceremony at the Mount Horn playing field. Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community and MP for the area, Delma Thomas, explains that some young people only need someone to guide them.
But brothers and sisters, I would not stand here and say that there are not some issues. As every other community, there are some issues that we are trying to. While you may want to identify some of our young people and say that they are negative and all those issues, there are some issues that confront them. And so sometimes they need a role model. What they need is love, care from somebody who can say to them that we love you and we are willing to go with you. And so, Dr. Chaitan, I want to thank you. But I want to say that this should not be the end.
Leading the charge with Project Stop and Think is Dr. Nilis Chaitan and his wife Patsy Chaitan. Dr. Chaitan highlighted some of the key aspects of the project.
Of a brand, the pain, hurt, and trauma of people's negative perception of you. Station number 2, believe in the lie, accepting the lies and becoming them. And we talked about it, eh? We even broke down psychological terms for you. So easy. The self-fulfilling prophecy. They say it about you and you act the part. Session number 3, respect the missing factor. Session number 4, stop and think about it or you'll pay for it. Session number 5, deterrence of stopping and thinking. Situations that would tempt you not to stop and think. Session number 6, the 5 R's to human change.
A billboard was erected at the entrance into the community bearing the names of people from Mount Horn who have excelled in many careers, as well as the first 43 graduates of Project Stop and Think. Kanisha Alexander, one of the participants of the project, says this program changed her life.
Well, from today, I shine in matter me past. I'm not going back today. I'm not going back. Yeah, I'm here to surprise people, move mountain. And we here like a team. I want to thank Mr. Neil Chaitan very much. I waste too much of life. Doing the wrong things, careless things, being to prison. And I get tired and I'm happy to be here. Telling all, don't give up. Matter what they say, we don't turn back. forward. We going and it's forward.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Positive indeed. Moving ahead, Grenada Distillers Limited has added 3 new products to their line of liquors and has once again captured gold in the World Spirits Competition. Rena Pear Thomas tells us more.
Coconut coffee and passion fruit cream liqueur are the newest addition to the Grenada's Distillers liquor line. The launch of the new amazing cream liqueur was held last Friday at the company's headquarters. Grenada Distillers Limited produce a variety of white, dark, flavored, overproof and premium aged rums. They also produce a chocolate cream liqueur made from locally grown cocoa and an award-winning white rum. This year, Grenada Distillers will be celebrating 20 years of existence, during which they have created up to 24 different products. Kirk Sitterhall, General Manager of the Grenada Distillers Limited, tells us about the new line.
It gives me great pleasure to share with you that Grenada Distillers Limited, producers of Clark's Court Rum, has been announced Distillery of the Year Gold on the world stage yet again, winning numerous awards at the 2021 World Spirits Competition. Management of our food safety has and continues to be highest priority during our growth as a company. We have been ISO certified since 2017, and I'm happy to announce today that this week we received confirmation of our recertification for the next 2 years.
The General Manager outlined other achievements made by the company this year.
Success at the World Spirits Award is another feather in the cap for Grenada Distillers Limited, as we introduce 3 new products to the world market today, July 16, 2021. Today, you have been invited to participate and sample our coconut cream liqueur, our passion fruit cream liqueur, and our new coffee liqueur. At Grenada Distillers Limited, our team, headed by Chairman Mr. Leroy Nichols, is determined to maintain high standards. These include the continual expansion of our product range with white, dark, matured, flavored rums and liqueurs, complemented with local spices and fruits.
Minister for Trade Alvin Dabrio, who was also at the launch, says that his ministry welcomed the new product, both in the regional and international market.
I'm very happy to be here today and to be a part of it and to witness this innovation that's going on. And Mr. Nichols said there is more in the making. So I want to wish that encourage you to keep the amazing line going well. We know that our products would be displayed in Dubai this year, and I hope that you all are on board with it, because it would be a very good market to enter, because although it's Muslim areas, they do consume quite a bit.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Congratulations to the Grenada Distillers. Stay with us. The weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vic Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogene powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Claritin. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hilton Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hilton Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius, so a bit warm. Weather partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and hazy with few light to moderate, widely scattered showers. Hopefully those showers could keep us a little cool. Winds east to northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. No warnings at this time. Tides are high at 10 minutes past 11 tonight. Looking ahead on Tuesday, sun will rise at 8 minutes to 6. It's getting later there. Weather is generally fair and hazy with few light to moderate isolated showers. On Wednesday, generally fair and hazy with few light to moderate isolated showers, becoming partly cloudy during the evening. And finally, Thursday's weather forecast, partly cloudy to cloudy with some light to moderate widely scattered showers and the low chance of thunder. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. Grenada crashed out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup following its second consecutive loss in the round-robin stage of the tournament. Saturday's loss against Qatar is Grenada's second 4-0 defeat in the CONCACAF Gold Cup 2021. Qatar dominated the first half of the match, scoring all 4 goals during that period. Grenada amped up its defense in the second half, preventing Qatar from netting further goals. It is the first time in 10 years Grenada has reached the round-robin stage of the Gold Cup. Here are some highlights of the match.
Here at BBVA Stadium as Afif plays this in behind. Good chance to open the scoring, and Belfont started leaning the other way. The scramble back across. He's been dangerous in this tournament so far. It was nearly Homam Ahmed, a 21-year-old. Hassan sending this in. Belfont going up aerially. This one off the post and then tapped in. Trying to look infield. Driving at this back line, coming centrally. Here's the shot. Couldn't find the frame of goal. Coming all the way infield himself. Found that little pocket of space. Just couldn't wrap his foot around it. Lofted over the top again. Afif looked like he was trying to win the second ball and does. Afif scores! Oh, that's world class from Akram Afif. Match number 1 of this Gold Cup for Qatar. Picks up the second ball, found the pocket of space. There were no doubts about where he was looking to put that one. And Belfont could only look on and hope that went wide or off the woodwork. Good ball movement here from Qatar. And now comes the cross. Lifted it to the back post. Hassan will take this on, going for goal. He'll provide the in-swinger. Here it comes. And there's goal number 3. It's headed home by Mohamed Montari. Another look at it. A goal and now an assist for Akram Hafif. And there was Montari just rising above everybody in a red and yellow shirt. Just battling in there. Took the redirection. All played in behind. Another chance here for Qatar. Ali, and he put it out of play. And this does stay in play. Regan Charles Cook gets the cross in. Saved at the near post. This could be a big result ahead of tonight's match between Honduras and Panama. Honduras, the only team thus far to have won a game. This rolls through to the back post. Almo as Ali scores. It's like
Despite a tough outing, Grenada's goalkeeper Jason Belfon was awarded All-State Save of the Game during Saturday's match.
And it all started down this left side again. Akram Afif. He's been dangerous in this tournament so far. It was nearly Homa Ahmed, a 21-year-old. Trying to squeeze that inside the near post.
Belfon hails from the parish of St. Andrew and is considered one of the best goalkeepers in the Caribbean. Moving now to cricket. The first face-to-face meeting of the Windward Islands Cricket Board since the onset of the pandemic saw the installation of 2 new selectors, the re-election of the president, and other new appointments. The election saw Grenadian Dwayne Gill going unopposed and replacing the long-serving Julian Charles as vice president. The new VP on his election said, "I am pleased with the confidence exhibited by my colleagues in me to take over the responsibility of vice presidency from Julian, who has served Windward's cricket with passion and pride over the years." Gill will also continue as CWI director for Windward Islands and will be joined in that capacity by current St. Lucia National Cricket Association President Mr. Carol Henry. Mr. Rommel Currency and Mr. Clement Marcellin were elected alternate directors for 1 year, while Mr. Kezron Walters and Mr. Dougal James were re-elected secretary and treasurer respectively. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Several senior members of Jamaica's main opposition, People's National Party, submitted their resignations on Friday. Internal conflicts continue to surface, and with 5 resignations in 1 day, this is the latest indicator of further instability in the People's National Party. PNP Chairman Philip Paulwell and the party's 3 vice presidents, Damian Crawford, Wickham McNeil, and Mikhail Phillips, have have resigned from their posts with immediate effect. The president of the PNP's youth organization, Crystal Tomlinson, has also resigned, citing instability in the PNP. The 4 senior members released a joint statement on Friday in which they said the most recent Achilles heel of the PNP has been the disunity that has plagued the party, which according to them, and I quote, has deepened since the most recent internal election, where the victor has seemingly not acknowledged that unity is ultimately the responsibility of the victorious. We further believe that the disunity and the display of underhandedness have crippled the spirit and effectiveness of the Unity Committee, unquote. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden described Cuba as a failed state and communism as a failed system, as his administration weighs providing COVID vaccines to the island nation and helping Cubans access internet following mass anti-government protests. The U.S. president said he is willing to help the island, but he does not trust the ruling administration.
Communism is a failed system. Universally failed system. And I don't see socialism as a very useful substitute, but that's another story. Cuba is unfortunately, a failed state in repressing their citizens. There are a number of things that we would consider doing to help the people of Cuba, but it would require a different circumstance or a guarantee that they would not be taken advantage of by the government. For example, the ability to send remittances back to Cuba. I would not do that now because the fact is it's highly likely that the regime would confiscate those remittances or big chunks of it. With regard to they need COVID they have a COVID problem in Cuba, I would be prepared to give significant amounts of vaccine if, in fact, I was assured an international organization would administer those vaccines and do it in a way that average citizens would have access to those vaccines. One of the things that you did not ask, but we're considering is they have cut off access to the internet. We're considering whether we have the technological ability to reinstate that access.
Internationally, more than 100,000 people across France marched to protest against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to force vaccinations for health workers and require a COVID-19 free certificate to enter places like restaurants and movie theaters. We get details in this report.
Over 100,000 people marched across France Saturday to protest against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to force the vaccination of health workers and require a COVID-19 vaccine certificate or negative test to gain entry to bars, restaurants, and movie theaters. Demonstrators say Macron's sweeping measures announced this week to fight a surge in COVID infections infringe on their freedom of choice.
Vaccinations are really about individual freedom. Everyone can choose. That's not the theme here today. The theme is about the absence of freedom that is unfortunately continuing to grow in this country. That's it. They're taking away our freedoms little by little. Vaccinated or not, we are all together.
One demonstrator in Paris was seen dressed as the Statue of Liberty. Some signs read, "No to the health passports." Macron's announcement had already prompted demonstrations earlier this week in Paris, where police had fired tear gas to disperse some protesters. Marches across the country also included Yellow Vest protesters seeking to revive the anti-government movement curbed by coronavirus lockdowns. Earlier on Saturday, the Office of Prime Minister Jean Castex said France would reinforce restrictions on unvaccinated travelers from a series of countries to fight the surge of COVID infections. The average number of new infections in France has rebounded to reach nearly 11,000 per day.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. One man dead and another hospitalized following a chop-in-turned-shooting incident on the weekend. Grenada records fourth road fatality for 2021. Freak accident leaves one man dead. 2 children safe and mother under psych evaluation after alleged attempted drowning in St. George. And around the globe, U.S. President Joe Biden describes Cuba as a failed state, and more than 100,000 people across France protesting against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to force COVID vaccinations. In sports, Spice Boys crashed out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, and Grenada's Dwayne Gill elected as vice president of the Windward Islands Cricket Board. If you missed any parts of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page or YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.